Yes, a very happy Felix Day. Some take it pretty seriously. For good reason, the Kings Court in session today from Safeco Field as the Mariners have a chance for a series win against the Angels of Anaheim. And they have just the man on the mound. Felix Hernandez looking for win number 18 on the season. The Mariners a very convincing 10-1 win last night in Game 1 as the King climbs the hill here tonight. And we'll take a look, Mike, at the starting lineup is penciled in by manager Mike Scioscia for the Angels.
Changes in the lineup at the top anyway. David Murphy moves up in the lineup. He's had good success against Felix. You can see the .296 batting average with 3 home runs, so he will lead off. Calhoun drops down to hitting second. Trout and Pujols, 35 home runs apiece. Then you have Crone, Ibar, Freese, Perez, and Featherston rounding out the 9 for the Angels tonight. For Felix, as Aaron mentioned, trying to get his 18th win on the year. A 3.49 ERA, 183 innings pitched, 175 strikeouts, trying to get to 200 and 200. Opponents hitting .240 against Felix. And we'll take a look at the defense. Gutierrez, haven't seen him in a few days. He is in left field. Miller back in center. Seth Smith out in right. Seager, the third baseman. Marte and Cano playing up the middle. Mark Trumbo getting the start at first base tonight. And Jesus Sucre will do the catching. And for Felix in his last outing against the Rangers, really pitched well. 8 innings, just 3 hits. He did have the 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. He threw 109 pitches in that one.
And tonight facing the Angels now for the 5th time this year, and he has flat out owned Anaheim this year. A .67 earned run average, 2 earned over 27 innings of work this year against the Angels. So we'll see what he has in store for us here tonight as he comes into the first pitch strike to Murphy. Now, David Murphy, not a guy that you normally see at the top of the order. This is only his 5th career start leading off. He's in his 10th major league season. It's his first time in the leadoff spot since 2010.
We talked about it a little bit last night, Aaron, with Calhoun and Trout hitting second, Pujols all of them at the top of the order. Mike Scioscia trying to get the guys that have had success more at bats. And the reason why there's a switch, we showed the numbers against Felix. Murphy has really swung the bat well so he can drop the other guys down a spot as you take a look at those numbers against Felix.
A lot of at bats over 80, you can see. The Kings 1-2. And then a weak little one-tapper right back to Felix for out number 1. Nice start for the King.
Good fastball right at the bottom of the strike zone, sinking a little bit. Tapper right back to Felix, no problem. 4 pitches to Murphy, all of them down. Good sign for Felix.
Felix is always working in long sleeves, but for night for a pretty good reason. It's 59 degrees at first pitch here from Safeco Field. Calhoun has really struggled against Felix over the course of his career. 2 for 26.
When I saw that number today, I expected him to strike out most of the time, but just the 9 strikeouts and 26 at bats, I assumed he would be around 13, 14. Good curveball from Felix. It's interesting to note on his curveball this year, we always talk about his changeup, and he has one of the best changeups you're going to see. But the league against his curveball, hitting just 138, slugging 164 against his curveball. And threw a really good one right there.
Marte for out number 2. That's just more evidence for Felix, who the numbers sometimes they don't even make sense. He's 29 years old. He's in his 11th major league season. Those 2 numbers don't necessarily jive, but it's just further proof of Felix just continuing to evolve, kind of throwing another wrinkle in this year. The involvement has been with the curveball.
Well, it has been. And if you remember Felix back when he was 19, 20 years old in the league, his fastball was 95, 96, and he had the curveball. But he eventually developed the changeup, which turned out to be a tremendous pitch for him. And he stopped throwing the curveball as much, but this year he started to bring it back, and he's had a really good one. So you're absolutely right, Aaron, as he moves on. That's why I said Felix, he'll probably pitch as long as he wants to. Even if his velocity at some point gets down to 87, I think he'll still be able to get people out because he has the ability to throw 4 pitches, throw them for strikes, throw them off the plate when he wants to, all the things that you need.
Gutierrez getting the start tonight in left field. And this top of the first, pretty quick. Trout out to left, 9 pitches, 3 outs for the King, and we're underway here tonight from Safeco Field. Mariners shortstop Ketel Marte, 4 hits his last 4 games, getting set to lead things off for the Mariners here tonight against Nick Tropiano, the starting pitcher for the Angels in game 2 of 3. And Mike, how about a look at Lloyd's lineup tonight?
Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Chevron. As you saw, Marte going to lead things off. Kyle Seager has really been a hot hitter. Then you have Cruz, Cano, and Smith in the middle of the lineup. Trumbo just missing a home run in last night's ball game. It's good to see Franklin Gutierrez back in the lineup. 9 home runs in his last 23 games. Miller and Sucre round out the 9 for the Mariners. And for Tropiano, let's see, just 4 appearances on the year. ERA over 5. 20 and 2/3. He has 17 strikeouts, only 4 walks, so good command. Opponents hitting a .329. He has yet to give up a home run. And we'll take a look at the defense for the Angels, brought to you by American Family Insurance. Trout in center field covers a lot of ground. Ibar, underrated shortstop. Crone getting the start at first base.
Oh, 2 quickly to Marte. Now Tropiano, 25 years old. He's from the South Shore of Long Island. We saw him last year make his major league debut here at Safeco Field as a member of the Astros. In play and a base hit for Marte. 5-game hitting streak now for Ketel. And a hit with 2 strikes against him.
And it looks like he's able to stay on an off-speed pitch, just 81 miles an hour. That's the changeup. His fastball, it's average at around 91 miles an hour, and he'll mix in a changeup and a curveball, and this is on a changeup, so good job by Marte to stay back long enough and hit it back up the middle.
Leadoff man reaches for Kyle Seager. Enjoying a very fine month of September, as you can see. And the Mariners offense has been full steam ahead lately. Last night, no exception. 10 runs on a dozen hits. And Seager, a big reason why here so far this month. It was supposed to be Matt Shoemaker to get the start tonight for the Angels. But Shoemaker has been sidelined a little bit with some forearm tightness. He threw a simulated game well before batting practice today. So Tropiano continuing to take his spot in the rotation. Captain Jack Sparrow there. And of course, last year for Shoemaker, he was the man who saved the season for the Angels, as Mike Scioscia said. Has not been able to quite duplicate those numbers this year and has been dinged up a little bit.
And you talked about Kyle Seager in his month of September hitting .388. That's third best in the American League, so he has really been hot, and he's been at .380, has some damage to it too, so he's really been swinging the bat well. Looking for his 25th home run.
One thing we've been able to tell pretty easily with Kyle over the years, when he gets hot, opposing pitchers want to be someplace else, because when he starts to feel the groove, he hits for a lot of damage and a lot of power.
Yeah, and that includes in this ballpark. He's proven that he can hit for power in this ballpark. Career high 25 home runs last year. We're looking to tie that mark at 24 home runs right now.
Cruz waiting on deck. Seager way ahead of the count, 3-0. Marte, the leadoff single to right. Featherston with Calhoun right behind him. And there's out number one.
It's interesting. I had a conversation with Lloyd a few days ago and again with Trent Jewett today around the batting cage, and I was talking about the speed that's been in the lineup. You talk about Marte and Miller back in there now. Certainly O'Malley. We saw James Jones last night. I was asking him about that and the energy that those guys bring, and we started getting into the lineup, and he said with the speed on the bases, and when those guys are getting on base, which they've done a really good job of, he says pitchers get distracted. We just saw it with Marte. Falling behind 3-0 gave Kyle a pretty good fastball to hit in the middle of the plate. He said these guys are all benefiting from it, and it's something that they want to have more of. Just keep getting the speed out there and causing problems. And you get the defense moving around. It's been fun to watch.
You can tell the difference. Safe to say James Jones last night pitched running late in the ballgame probably added 7 minutes to the time of the game.
Just trying to keep him close to first. No, you're absolutely right. And he ends up scoring on a double from first base. There's James. And he's not just a fast runner. He is a very good base stealer. 28 of 29 in his career.
There goes Marte. Down to second. Marte out.
It looked as if when he was sliding, he ended up getting stuck a little bit, and that will happen early in the ballgame. You water the field down, but it looked as if. And we'll take a look at it. He goes for his slide, and it has a little bit of a pause. You can see him right there having a tough time getting to the base, and they put the tag on him just before he gets to the back corner of the bag. Good call. Now you can see him definitely was coming up out of that pop-up slide early. He was expecting to get in there a little bit quicker.
Clubbed center. Trout looking, gone. 2-out homer for Nelson Cruz, number 42. Mariners an early 1-0 lead.
I think Felix Hernandez has really appreciated having Nelson Cruz in the lineup this year.
You don't say.
Talked about it a lot over the years, Felix, and the lack of run support. Well, he's had more run support this year, and most of it coming from this man. An early lead for Felix, 1-0 here in the first.
First home run allowed this year, and now 5 starts for Tropiano. And boy, you don't see too many hit the batter's eye. You've seen him get over the wall out to center field, but that was smashed. And no surprise. Going 2 on Cano. It's been a tough couple of days for Mike Scioscia. Devastating loss Sunday. A chance for a sweep against the Astros. Houston streaked the blown save, a 5-run ninth. Houston winning the last night. The Mariners piling on 10 runs. Still 1-2. So for the Mariners now, they have scored the last 11 runs in this series. And you see with that one swing, Cruz has tied up Chris Davis, who entered today with the most home runs in the major leagues. That'll be a nice battle the rest of the month.
Well, I would agree. And Nelson, you look at his numbers overall, it's a pretty good ballpark from him going into Arlington. Kansas City, a bigger ballpark. Anaheim, do more damage on the road.
Little flick into left. Murphy there for out number 3. That'll do it for the Mariners. But Nelson Cruz, number 42 on the season. He continues to add on to his career best home run year. For you to tweet your strongest fan photo, use hashtag RTNW Data Strong Fan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Nelson Cruz, home run number 42, has given the Mariners an early 1-0 lead after the Kings sat down the Angels in order. At the top of the first, we go to the top of the second now. Everybody ready for Kings Court tonight?
Sorry, Aaron. Mariners have to shift on with Pujols hitting. For Felix in the first inning, 9 pitches, 7 strikes.
You think about Pujols over the course of his Hall of Fame career, you don't think of him as necessarily being a guy that you would shift against, but maybe more so in recent years. And there's why. Pujols is running about 50% these days, so anything on the ground is basically a sure outing as Albert.
It's been amazing with him over the last few years. The foot injuries that he's had, the leg issues. It's tough to hit when you don't have a good base, and he's had to deal with that over a couple of years now.
One thing we've noticed for Pujols is even on a routine play like that where he knows he's going to be out, he will run on the grass.
Yeah,
just every little bit. Yeah, every little bit is the idea will help with now a right foot injury. First pitch strike to Cron. And Cron's been a hot bat lately. 6 hits his last 4 games, and half of them have been homers. This is the second week comebacker towards Felix, and an easy play once again. Now, Mike, we were talking earlier about the changeup for Felix, and it's been especially good lately.
Well, it has been. You see the first 7 starts after the All-Star break, and the average against his changeup left us all shaking our head a little bit. I think it was elevated a little bit too much in the middle of the plate. But lately, in his last 3 starts, getting it back down in the zone, and that's what we've seen early here tonight. And that's the reason why the average is 156 against the changeup. Just lost the feel for it for a period of time, and that's what he was saying, too. Just too many elevated changeups. But he has been right back below the strike zone again with it.
Ibar trying to bunt his way aboard. Strike 1. Ibar, an all-star last year. Now in his 10th season in the big leagues, all with the Angels, all under Mike Scioscia. Oh, 2. Now the numbers for Felix this year against the Angels are staggering, even for Felix's standards. 2 earned runs all year in 4 starts. And he's averaging over a strikeout an inning against the Angels this season, although he does not have a strikeout so far tonight. Does have 2 strikes against Ibar, though. Here comes the Kings 1-2. Back towards Gutierrez. This is how the top of the first ended, and it is how the top of the second will come to a close. 19 pitches early on for Felix to get the first 6 outs. Up to lead things off in the bottom of the second. As we take a look at our Seattle City Light power play, we go back to last night and Smith's first at bat. Mike, he jumped all over this pitch from Garrett Richards.
Well, he ended up in a good count, 2-0, and turns on a fastball for Seth. His 11th home run on the year and an early lead for the Mariners because of that home run. They also added a double and drove in another run, so 3 RBIs for Seth in last night's ball game.
Smith, Trumbo, Gutierrez all due up for the Mariners. Trying to extend an early 1-0 lead thanks to a Nelson Cruz homer. I mentioned that last year Tropiano made his major league debut with the Astros here at Safeco Field. He came over in the deal for Hank Conger, and in fact he came over with his battery mate with tonight's starting catcher Carlos Perez. All in 2 strikes to Smith, leading off the bottom of the second. Mike, when you look at Seth Smith, the average doesn't necessarily jump out at you. 250 and change. The home runs now 11. The RBIs at 40. It seems like when you watch Seth Smith at the plate, his production goes beyond just the basic baseball numbers.
Chases that change, but I would agree with that, Aaron. I think if you look at him overall, the thing that he does is, one, he puts a quality at bat together, typically sees a bunch of pitches, so he's going to make the pitcher work. And the thing that you have to really like about him, and it's the reason why he was such a good pinch hitter when he was in the National League, is he can hit good pitching. And not everybody has the ability to do that. So I think that he's been a real nice addition to this club. And you look at him overall, you figured looking at his numbers, he'd probably be 250 to 260 in there, provide some power, but more importantly, give you some good at-bats against the good pitchers that you're going to face.
There's Trumbo with 1 out. Trumbo, a 16-game on-base streak now. That's tied for the 3rd longest of his career. He was on base twice last night, a couple of hits, scored both times. An RBI double last night for Trumbo, which took a home run and an RBI away from his line. It was that close to being a 2-run shot off the top of the yellow padding on center field.
And when Aaron says line drive, that is exactly what it was. I think the exit velocity on that was 107 miles an hour.
Now, last look, when you talk about the new StatCast and exit velocity, Trumbo ranks in the top 5 in average exit velocity among all major league hitters this year.
That does not surprise me at all.
Mark ahead of the count, 3-1. Goody on deck. And a full count. Trumbo rung up. Thought he took ball 4. 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts. I'll bring the family out to the ballpark and save. Score 4 tickets, hot dogs, and Pepsis for one low price. And Safeco Insurance invites you to do more for the Grand Slam Family Package. The next event is tomorrow at 7:10 against the Angels. You can pick up tickets at Mariners.com. 2 up, 2 down for Nick Tropiano. And now facing Franklin Gutierrez. Now we will be joined in the 3rd by the Bone, and I'll be interested to hear Jay's take on the offense for the Mariners. The drastic turnaround that it has been for this team. Obviously the influence of Edgar Martinez. And you look at how far the Mariners have come from the first couple of months of the season, the first half of the year overall. Obviously some big bats getting hot like Cano. But it has been a remarkable turnaround.
Guided play is a big reason why. See what he's done in his last 10 games, hitting .333 with the 5 home runs. Kyle Seager has been hot.
And Trumbo getting on base, hitting for power as well. The 3-1 to Goody. Inside. And a 2-out walk.
We'll take a look at the pitch selection. Again, 58% with his fastball. His fastball around 91 miles an hour. And equal use of the curveball and changeup. Mix it up with the guys trying to keep them off balance. His curveball has been a much better pitch than his changeup. League hitting .238 against the curveball, .500 against his changeup.
Good to see Brad Miller back in the starting lineup. We saw him come off the bench last night as a pinch runner. Had some neck spasms, which caused him to be a late scratch just a couple of days ago. So Miller getting the start tonight in center field. Sean O'Malley not in the lineup tonight. And it was nice to see that O'Malley was really no worse for the wear overall after taking a ball off the jaw, sliding back to second base. There goes the bat. Watch out. Chris Woodward getting out of the way.
As everybody knows by now, Brad never used batting gloves. One of the few guys that doesn't.
I don't think you'll convince him to either.
No, I don't think so. Brad looking to hit his 10th home run, like to get to double digits. I'll tell you what, I was down by the cage today watching him take batting practice, and he was peppering the cafe in right field.
And his next home run would tie a career high. Miller hitting just over 250 for the season. The 1-2. I mean, there's no question, Mike, when you look to next year, you think about Peoria and then into the early stages of 2016. What the future will hold for Brad Miller in terms of, is he a fit in center field? Is he fit in left field? Where will he exactly fit in with the Mariners? That's going to be a question that we will be probably focusing in on almost a daily basis, it seems like, during spring training, if things hold as they are for this ball club.
Yeah, I think there'll be some changes. The good news for Brad is he can play a number of different positions. We've talked about what a good athlete he is. I think the biggest thing is you're definitely going to see him in the lineup, especially against right-handed pitchers.
Out towards the pole and right, but hooking a little too much.
And that was on the curveball. It will be interesting to see how it all shakes out, though. Take a look at Sean O'Malley. He certainly has made an impression. A number of guys have. Marte has played well. Talked about James Jones earlier in his speed.
That'll be it for Miller. Goody left stranded after the 2-out walk as we go to the third inning. Mariners leading 1-0. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast, and by Silver Reef Hotel Casino Spa, I-5 exit 260, Ferndale, Washington.
You did that well. even with the distraction.
It's good to have you, bud.
Professional.
How are you?
Good to see you guys. Life's good, man.
Good to see you as well.
Some good baseball. I like it.
Really
September's
good
been a good run for the Marlins Mariners, man. It's good to see. Right away, Felix. Get in there.
Right away to Freeze. Freeze was hit last night. on the shoulder.
Talking to somebody. Somebody's talking smack. Felix is not liking life right now.
Here comes Lloyd.
You got a 1-0 lead. Like, you want to hit the leadoff guys.
Did Alan Porter? Did he warn him right there? It was just a fastball inside with the way that Felix is throwing. He's certainly not trying to hit anybody. And look at Lloyd. Lloyd's not happy about it either.
So that's what you can do if you're the opposing team. You can talk smack, and then all of a sudden get a warning issued, and now you can't lose.
Well, I'm not sure that he gave a warning, but I would assume that's the case, Jay. Why else would Lloyd be out there?
They definitely got him off the. It looks like off the jersey a little bit. But I mean, come on. I mean, if you got to give a bow tie every now and then to keep guys from diving off of it. I mean, let's face it. Freeze likes to drive the ball at the middle and the other way.
Keep an eye on Alan Porter. There's the warning.
Really? See that's
terrible.
I mean, I'd like to say what it really is, but that's. I mean, so now you're taking something, a weapon away from your pitcher. Come on. Now we're going to go right to hit and run. Stay home.
Bare hand, Marte, stretch, not in time. Does that make any sense?
No. None whatsoever. And we'll take a look at it. Hit and run. Perez doing his job. Good play by Marte. Felix in a little bit of trouble now.
Well, you blink, and next thing you know, you got first and second, no outs. How about that?
Well, and the thing about that pitch inside too, it nips his sleeve. Sucre's still able to make the catch.
Yeah.
So it wasn't. It was barely off the plate inside.
Hey, leave it to Mike Scioscia, though. Distract and all of a sudden immediately go to a hit and run, try to catch him off guard. Nice call. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to be able to shake it. So see what Felix can do.
Featherston showing bunt. Sucre live arm is second.
There's another look at it again. Sucre catches the ball, just gets his sleeve.
What exactly is the point, literally, for Freeze? And what is he saying? That's the real question.
Because he's been hit before.
He was hit last night on the same shoulder.
So they think they're picking on him or something? They did you a favor. Go down to first base.
I think most batters facing Felix, if it meant you just scrape the patch on the jersey, I think they'd probably be maybe pretty happy with that.
A lot of number ones, you try to get invisible up there sometimes.
Felix looking for his first strikeout. Angels have the tying runner right behind them. Go ahead at first. And Featherston still showing bunt. That'll be it. Felix, the strikeout.
Yeah. Get away. It's not going to make your manager real happy.
They tried it 3 times in a row, and this is on the changeup.
Well, when you're in the bottom of the order, you got to do the little things.
Murphy scorches this to right field. Smith off the top of the wall. Murphy jumps on the first pitch, and he has given the Angels a 3-1 lead. Keep in mind, Felix had allowed 2 earned runs in 4 starts all year to the Angels, and Murphy gets 3 in 1 swing.
One of the things we were talking about at the start of the game, moving Murphy up into the leadoff spot. It's been Calhoun, but Murphy's there because he's hit Felix well coming into the game. 296. 3 home runs, now 4 home runs off of Felix, and that's on his changeup, but it bounces right off the top of the wall, but ends up in the stands.
He's done a nice job for him since they picked him up. A veteran outfielder.
And here is Calhoun.
This kid's had a good year.
Really has. Calhoun a career high in homers, RBIs, and hits.
Plays a good right field. A little spark plug. Gets dirty. I like it. Looks like a grunt. Well, Felix is going to have to grab the bull by the horns and buckle up.
This inning certainly has a little bit of a strange feel to it, with the way it started, plus the home run off the top of the wall. 1-2 to Calhoun. Trout on deck. Calhoun not a heralded prospect by any means. Spent about 5 years of the minors. And has really contributed to the Angels, especially this year.
Well, normally in the leadoff spot, hitting leadoff for the most part. 23 home runs and 75 RBIs.
Yeah,
that's getting it done.
Down to meat and potatoes a little bit more.
That'll get it done.
Yeah, just think about that. A lot of that was in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, and he's also a very good outfielder. Very strong throwing arm in right field. Can run it down.
Well, he might be their MVP this year so far.
Trout has scuffled lately. Still has good numbers on the whole. Felix is 3-2. And they'll do it again. Jay, the slide for the Angels this year is kind of tough to figure out, especially since the All-Star break. The offense, they just haven't been scoring runs at all. This is the offense last year that led all the baseball runs.
It's a complete different team the second half, isn't it? They were scoring tons of runs. They had a nice little padded lead, and all of a sudden they started to look a little bit like the '95 Angels.
Ties him up. Felix's second strikeout. Now we'll take a look at our Arco top performer. Now the most strikeouts in the majors since Felix's debut in early August of 2005, and you can see Felix by plenty over Verlander. So the King just adding to the list, trying to get to another 200 season, 200 innings, 200 strikeouts.
Pretty consistent, huh?
That's really remarkable when you think about the company that he is already a part of, and the even more elite company that he could join if he could do it again this year. Appeal down to first, it does not go. And Trout appealing his own swing. Only Beltre does that, right? Felix behind 3-0. With 2 outs, Pujols would be next. This inning began with Freese getting hit by the pitch barely. Then the bench is being warned. Perez, the infield single. Murphy, the 3-run homer. Trout has had fantastic numbers against Felix in his career. That said, Felix has struck him out 20 times. A 2-out walk. Now the Moose is helping our youngest Mariners fan save for a rainy day with a free Mariner Moose Bank courtesy of KeyBank. It's being given away to all kids 14 and under tomorrow night when the Mariners and the Angels square off at 7:10 to finish up the series. You can pick up tickets at Mariners.com. How does the benches being warned this early in the ballgame affect what these starting pitchers are going to do?
Well, it depends on the home plate umpire, Alan Porter, and obviously he gave the warning out pretty early, and there was no intent at all by Felix. And I think now, what happens if he throws a fastball inside the Pujols, because you have to do that to get him out.
You know what?
It's up to Alan Porter.
You keep pitching the way it is, and if it means you get kicked out of the game at the end of the day, then you do. Because the bad thing is, it's up to the discretion of the umpire, and that's his word. All he has to say, it's my discretion, and immediately he whatever what he says is gold. But Felix has still got to attack inside. He's got to keep him from diving, keep him off the plate, and if it means, hopefully, he's smart enough to understand that it wasn't done on, intentionally. So I mean, I just don't know what to say right now. I mean, this happens so quick. Look, it's next thing you know, you blink, and it's 3-1.
Well, and the thing about it too is, especially with Freese, we've seen a lot of him this year. Felix certainly pitched to him a lot, and his power is to right center field. So you have to pitch him inside.
You have to.
Smith to finish off the top of the third. 3 runs in for the Angels on one swing from David Murphy that just got out. Be a 3-run homer off the top of the yellow padding in right field off of Felix has given the Angels a 3-1 lead. As we take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings, and we take a look at the American League wild card. The Rangers in the thick of things right now in Arlington against the Astros, and you can see what this game and what this series and every game the rest of the way means to the Angels, as they are 4 games outside that second wild card spot. They have to leapfrog the Twins first. Twins playing very well over the last couple of weeks. Sucre backed away in the first pitch. Tropiano struck out the side in the second after Cruz tagged him for a home run in the first. Bunt taking a strike.
It's going to be an interesting ball game. It's got that feel, doesn't it?
Got that feel for a ball?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Tropiano has really given up his fair share of hits so far this year. Now, keep in mind, this is only his 5th start of the big leagues this season, only his 9th in his career, so not a whole lot of experience on the mound tonight for Mike Scioscia. Full count.
Good. Hopefully the Mariners can take advantage of that now. Get some guys on, get some time to hitting. Stay with the program they've been doing all September.
In play to Ibar. Room service hop there. So round number 1. We'll take a look at our CenturyLink What's Next as after the series comes to a close, a day off, and then it's off to Arlington. Found out today from Lloyd the rotation. It'll be Paxton, Nuno, and Felix. Taiwan will be skipped.
Like it.
See a rematch of Felix and Derek Holland there.
Mariners get a chance to be a spoiler. Go in against some very meaningful games for the Rangers. Great game going on today. The Rangers had a 4-0 lead and split the hook in the first inning. So you always love that in September, meaningful ball games. But at the same time, when it's not, you got a chance to be a spoiler, so it gives you something to look forward to. Go in and knock a team out of contention.
Houston and Texas, they're in Arlington. They're in the top of the 7th innings, tied up 5-5.
It was an amazing first inning.
Rangers winning last night. Fielder an 8th inning home run to center. Now the news of the day, no doubt, here from Safeco Field that Taiwan next start will be skipped, and there seems to be a little sense of up in the air as to whether or not we will see Taiwan again this season, or if that'll be it for Taiwan Walker.
On how far they're going to stretch him out.
Now, Lloyd was as forthright as he could be, basically saying that they will reevaluate. They will wait and see.
Well, if the last night was his last one, that's a heck of a way to end it. He's pretty electric.
And going into last night, he'd already pitched more than he has as a pro. This year, obviously, pitching at this level, a little more stress to it, and another base hit from Marte.
He just drops the barrel, doesn't he?
Yeah, Taiwan going 7 innings last night.
Yeah, I mean, throwing last inning, throwing 98.
That was the perfect start to springboard for a skip start, if that makes sense.
But if you're a pitcher and you just had an outing like that, I'm sure he'd like to go back out there and back it up again. So he's young.
Those were his comments after the game last night. He said he wants to continue to pitch and he's going to get ready for his next start, which at the time he thought was going to be in 5 days, and obviously it's not going to happen now. And he said he felt great and wanted to go out there again.
That's good. That's the mindset you're supposed to have.
Right, but it's also up to Lloyd and his staff to protect him his first full season at the major league level. And again, I think he's over 170 innings now. So.
We're not the only organization saying that about their pitchers. You see what's going on with the Mets. I mean, every year, you know, I mean, the Nationals over the years. I mean, you go down the list.
But snap throw, boy, we've seen Perez be very alert at second base earlier, now to first, keeping an eye on Marte.
Keeps the tag on him. We might have him. Hopefully Marte didn't get hurt.
May have had him, but he missed the tag. And that's the reason why you'll see the basemen. They'll always go for that back corner of the base, and I think Marte knew that he was in trouble. So he went wide of that and then reached back around.
Nicely done.
That was a really good slide.
Go gadget arm. I see Siegs walk into one right here and change the whole game right here with his.
One out, one on, Cruz on deck. Another look to first. I'm talking about catchers like Perez and keeping a close watch at first base. Both starting catchers tonight from Venezuela, and you will see oftentimes catchers from Latin America, those are the guys who really want to pick off runners at first and second base. It almost seems to be a calling card. Sucre's talked about that before, and he said that growing up in Venezuela, those who are catchers are considered really the best athletes. It's a promotion if you can move from shortstop of the infield to behind home plate. I mean, that is, for a lot of young baseball players in Venezuela in this case, where you want to be. Out to right center, and this is going to be caught. Calhoun, a strong throw back. Boy, Bowen, I thought he almost did it for you.
Wow. A little damp air, I think, got him tonight. By his reaction, it looks like he squared it up pretty good.
I think he put a pretty good swing on it, maybe towards the end a little bit.
Boy, you see Murphy's go off the top of the wall and over, and that one shy by just inches.
And then this man hit one off the batter's eye. I think it was off the end of the bat a little bit.
He plays at a different level.
You think? Good call.
Opposite way, Calhoun. This time not quite as far. Cruz out to right. Marte left stranded. We go to the fourth. Greg Rogers' golf performance here at Safeco Field, right above the Dave Niehaus statue. We go to the top of the fourth inning. The Angels still holding to a 3-1 lead thanks to one swing by David Murphy. So all the runs so far in this game coming on a couple of homers. Cruz's solo shot, Murphy the 3-run blast that just got over the wall. C.J. Cron, the Angels' first baseman, to lead things off, facing Felix. Cron, a former 17th overall draft pick in 2011 by the Angels.
He's turned it around, though. Last time I looked at his numbers when he was in here, it was like, what, 220, 225 or something?
Yeah, and he's been hot lately. He has it up to 275 with 14 home runs. See, Felix, 41 pitches, 26 strikes so far.
I'm not sure I'm taking a fastball from Felix, though.
In a 2-0 count?
No. Not off of number one. Did you get that? He just got the best pitch, probably the whole AB, and then he just goes and gets filthy on you. I'll throw him a change up in the dirt, swing, miss. Thanks for coming.
Count stays put 2-2.
Gary's still got the hands down there.
Former shortstop with the Angels.
He could play. Some fun rivalries back there in those days, man, against these guys, man. I tell you, it was fun. Oh my!
Full count. That was close.
Felix isn't getting any love, is he? Can't pitch inside and can't pitch to the bottom of the plate.
I'm talking about DiSarcina. He was talking last year about the famous play-in game at the Kingdome against the Angels and facing Randy Johnson. And when asked what his main memory was of that game, he said, watching Randy Johnson take the field, he just looked surly. Gets a weak wave there, and Cron strikes out to lead off the top of the fourth. I'll take a look at our Geico this date in Major League history. And we'll go back to this day last year, tied a Major League record. Jacob deGrom when he struck out the first 8 batters faced against the Marlins. He finished with a baker's dozen. And boy, DeGrom has turned into one of the bright young arms in the majors. Last rookie of the year in the National League recently, and we saw him in interleague play.
His stuff is electric.
Mets are fun to watch.
Yeah,
right
they
now,
have a bunch of guys that can rush it up there.
They got some great young arms. A couple of them can hit too. Amazing some of the pitchers, the athletes that are coming up. They're just buggy whipping stuff, going deep. Mad Bomb, obviously, and if you go around the league, there's more and more pitchers now that going yard. Can't just give in anymore. Helping themselves out.
Two balls and a strike to Ibar.
I know Felix liked to hit.
He would beg to hit.
No, he wants to pitch hit when all that was going on. I remember watching a couple of games. Plus, he wanted to catch last night. Looked like too.
Yeah, he had the catcher's gear on, ready to go.
So that's the kind of guy you want on the bench. Keep guys loose. Keep it fun. That's what it's all about.
And the thing that's great about him too is that obviously the franchise, their star player, and he's always on the bench. He is there all the time.
I agree.
So many times the guys come out for the first couple innings, hang out in the clubhouse for a while.
Towards Marte. A low pick for round number 1. Round number 2 make it. I'll keep up with the pennant races in true HD quality on MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service. College students enjoy a back-to-school offer with 35% off discount. Authentication required. Blackouts and other restrictions do apply. You can visit MLB.TV today. That's really an interesting point about Felix, because when you think about the Royals last year and their trip to the World Series and going out and getting James Shields, that was one of the things that so many people in Kansas City talked about Shields, that he is such a leader on the team, and that's rare to find for a starting pitcher, a guy who takes the field every 5 days. But boy, you can say the exact same thing about Felix, not more so. Marte staying busy tonight. And another 1, 2, 3 innings spun by the King 3 times in the first 4 frames.
To the bottom of the 4th. A reminder that it is Twitter Tuesday, and it's time for our 3rd question of the night. Nelson Cruz and Goose Gossage are the only members in which 8-member club in baseball history? Use hashtag RootQ3 to answer this for a chance to win a Nelson Cruz bobblehead. Now, Nelson accomplished the feat this year, and Goose Gossage, he accomplished it 16 years prior to joining the Mariners. That's the only hint, Aaron, that they will allow me to give.
That's it? All
yep.
right. Well, we'll have to work off of that and that alone. Here is Cano to begin things in the bottom of the 4th. Now, Jay, we've really seen some discomfort from Robbie with that abdominal strain. And surprisingly, doesn't affect his swing just when he runs.
I love what I heard last night about what Lloyd, what you guys were saying in a joking way. It's like you should have got hurt. I love that comeback right there. I'm surprised too, though. You would think on a Donald strain, there's so much torque going on in your core that it would affect your hitting, but good for him that it doesn't.
He's ahead 2-0. Take a look at the all-time doubles list. You can see Hall of Famer Joe Morgan, Bernie Williams as well, just 3 hits away from tying, 4 to pass.
What he needs, what, 8 for 2002? Is that another thing that's on his list, if I remember correctly?
Hits, yeah.
Good for him. It's a pretty nice company to be in.
Now, since he entered the league, no one has hit more doubles than Robinson Cano has. He has more than Miguel Cabrera, who's next in line.
But see, that's staying healthy, that's staying in the lineup, and even when you're not feeling 100%, which a lot of these guys, you ask any of them, these guys that are everyday guys, rarely do they feel 100%.
Especially this time of the year, they're beat up.
Coming out of spring training alone, spring training gets the dog days going right out of the gate, and then, yeah, and then 162 and 185 days. Oof, there's no way you're going to feel great.
Cano reaches for the first time, a leadoff walk, and that clears the plate for Seth Smith. Strikeout victim earlier.
He's just one of those guys that every time he goes to the plate, he looks like he's always on everything. I mean, it seems like a lot of left-handers are that way for some reason.
You hear it all the time. And you rarely see guys do it all the time, but I think one of the things that Seth does all the time is he's hunting that fastball. You throw him a fastball middle of the plate, he is not going to take it.
It's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not let a fastball pass. Get the cheese by the rat, baby.
Tropiano making his 5th start this year. Rolls over on the right side. Featherston, the second baseman. Just get the one, and Cano a little short.
Well, he's used to playing against Ibar, and one thing that Ibar will do on those double plays is he will get you on the ground, and he was expecting him to come across and drop down on his throw. And so Robbie was just going to get out of the way, but Ibar.
I love it, though. They're talking. I mean.
Well, Ibar, we could tell he has a little fun out there defensively. Last night, when O'Malley was hit in the side of the head, it was Ibar holding up the 1, the 2, the 5s to do the vision test to O'Malley afterwards.
Oh, get up.
Punched left field, but Murphy just onto the track. Two outs, and Smith still at first base. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners.
Now here's a guy that talk about striking lightning in a bottle. Huh?
He has really played well.
I know it's limited on, how many days Lloyd could run him out there, but boy, when he's been in the lineup, he has done some damage. 12 big flies. And not cheap ones.
No, he's hit 3 the other way.
And I'm saying,
5 to center field.
I was going to say he's staying hard in the middle. He's not pulling things. It's big hits, too.
I was watching him take batting practice today, and that's the way he was taking his batting practice. Everything was right center. Then he'd turn on a ball right back to right center again.
This time he pulls it. This will shove Smith into second, moving his way onto third. Goody, a long turn and a hold up. Smith
look at this.
Coming around.
Look at this.
Rich Donnelly.
Smith is all the way in.
Rich Donnelly. What a job by Rich Donnelly, the third base coach.
That is awesome right there. No communication to let anybody know plays at home.
Smith scoring all the way from first base
on a single. Rich Donnelly was watching the play, and with Seth, I'm sure that Seth, because he had the play in front of him, so I'm sure he's thinking, I can get into third base right here. So he's going to go, and he'll look up, and right about there, Rich Donnelly starts waving him home, and there he goes.
But Rich didn't sell it out. He gave it just a little small down here. Caught everybody off guard.
Miller pops up the first pitch. Featherston behind the mound, and that'll do it. The Mariners get a run when you didn't expect it, as we are through 4 innings. Angels up by 1. Able to score all the way from first base on a single from Gutierrez as we go to the top of the first. Take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. The series wraps up tomorrow. Then an off day. The guys will be traveling on to Arlington, Texas to take on the Texas Rangers. Right now a half game outside the division leading Houston Astros. Then another day off, and then Kansas City. It's a long road trip coming up for the Mariners, the final trip of the year.
I bet they would have liked to have had a couple of those off days spread out, maybe in June when they had a little bit of a 15 in a row. But you know, it'll be interesting to see what Kansas City does too, because they've been talking about holding back on some of the pitching. So what the matchups are going to be in Kansas City.
Well, Kansas City a 9-game lead in the Central, but they're 4-9 in September, and their pitching has really scuffled. And Johnny Cueto a reason why, but not the only reason.
Yeah, a little question mark in the bullpen, too.
You're right. Has not been the same.
Some guys' velocities have been dropping, so that's a little alarming from what I've been reading. I think that was Holland, right?
Holland and Wade Davis has struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
Tight and fair. Extra bases for Perez. That kicks off the wall. And the number 8 hitting catcher in there with a double. He's 2 for 2.
And this is on a curveball. Phillies didn't quite get it to the outside corner. You see Kyle well off the line at third.
That brings in Featherston, the second baseman. So Felix right away working with a man in scoring position. We saw Featherston trying to lay down the bunt earlier.
I think it's official. He struggles bunting, and it shocks me too, because I don't know what else he'd be doing.
He's hitting 143 and is somewhat limited at bats. Johnny Giavotella is who we saw at second base almost all season long for the Angels, with Howie Kendrick moving on to the Dodgers.
What does he have? Does he have vertigo, or what's going on? Some kind of eye condition, or what is it?
A nerve condition, which is causing him at times to see double vision. Sucre now charging, chasing. The tag on Perez.
Nobody there.
And nobody's at second base, but boy, Sucre just running right towards second base.
Looks like somebody might be coming out early for bunting practice tomorrow. Nice play by Sucre. Felix trying to direct traffic and get somebody to the second. But
back to the top of the order. Here is Murphy, the 3-run homer earlier tonight. Off the end of the bat, Marte. Well, almost everything's gotten his way this evening. Out number 2, and that was Featherston into third. Bone, have you had a pretty good chance to see Marte defensively since being called?
I like him. He's had a couple of pretty tricky hops right there, and does a good job of keeping his eyes down. Good hands. Got a good arm too. Really good arm. He's done a nice job, man.
He really
It's been a
has.
huge spark for this club.
He has been. What do you think about Brad Miller in the outfield? He'd never played the outfield in his life, and they ran him out there. And I know when I talked to Andy Van Slyke, he said he's a good athlete, and he'll learn as he goes. And I think he's done a pretty good job of that. His routes are getting better.
Basically, that's all you can say. It's a tough place to learn how to play a position, though, at the big league level. But I think he's done a pretty darn good job.
Felix racing into the bag, and he plants the foot there to get the out on Calhoun out of the first pitch. Felix strands a man at third base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game, and it came on one swing for the man you just saw there, David Murphy, off of Felix, batting leadoff tonight, and wow, just gets over the top of the wall. That has been the offense tonight for the Angels. Sucre begins the bottom of the 5th for the Mariners. Cracked the opposite way. Calhoun angling for out number 1. Back to the top of the order. Marte 2 for 2. Bone, we were talking during the commercial break about Marte, and impressed by how he kind of stays within his swing.
I do. I mean, there's not a lot of movement. He's kind of got his hands up high, and he just drops the barrel of the ball, moves the ball forward, and takes his chances. 2 for 2 tonight. The thing I like, too, is he makes the routine plays, and he mixes in some hard plays. So
I think from just watching him the time that he has been up, Jay, I think he has a real good understanding of what his value is to this club. And you don't see him over swinging, trying to drive the ball. Got to hit it on the ground and run. I mean, I think that's the plus that he brings to this club.
And the fact that every time you see Robbie Cano, it's always right next to him, always in his ear, always talking to him, so mentoring him. So it's a pretty good guy to have in your back pocket.
Lays off a close pitch there, 2-1.
I think that started in spring training.
Now they are very close, and Marte has even said that when he was in Tacoma earlier this year that Cano was texting him nearly on a daily basis. So this relationship began, as you were saying, even before Ketel got up to Seattle.
Time to keep himself ready. You never know. You're just a phone call away.
That's right. Seager batting second on deck. And you think about, for Marte, since he was called up and made his major league debut, it's not as if Lloyd is burying him in the number 9 spot. He's a rookie who has been right away put at the very top of the order. Has done a very nice job getting on base. Oh, and he gets rung up here.
That's paint. Nice Fields to get that call.
That was close.
Just a good fastball in the outside corner. No argument from Marte.
Probably good being a rookie. Nothing you can do with that, though.
No. You don't like it, but sometimes you do have to just tip your hat and walk back to the dugout.
That's the hard thing about the game, is checking the ego.
Now Seager flew out to the wall in his last at bat. Calhoun had his nameplate pressed firmly against the padded fence.
Good changeup.
Can be. Very nice.
Two balls and a strike to Seager. And now really ahead of the count. Trying to get aboard for Cruz to extend this bottom of the 5th. Seager sitting on 24 homers this year. First Mariners third baseman in franchise history with 4 seasons of 20 bombs. And he's done it all in a row, and he will extend this 5th. A 2-out walk. Well, we hope you can stick around after the game for Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. Have a chance to check in with the skipper, Lloyd McClendon. Also hear from Felix, no doubt.
It's good to see Seeks turning around, though. I know it was a struggle last time I did the game. Mike, you and I were talking about how for him to get out of the 40s, there's just, for whatever reason during the course of the season, there's always, you always get stuck in a little bit of a rut, and it seems like whether it be in the 40s or the 50s or 60s or whatever it is, you just can't get out of it. And then once you get out of that, you seem to take off and leapfrog, and he's done that.
Well, this almost catches the first base umpire, Brian Onora, the crew chief.
Well, it's one of the things with Kyle, and I know you can appreciate this too, is we'll take a look at this line drive off the bat of Cruz.
Wow, these umpires are fleet-footed, aren't they?
But Kyle, he's been so consistent, and when you see him struggle like he was in the month of August, Jay, when you were here the last time, you just had to feel that in September he was going to get things turned around, and he certainly has.
And it wasn't for a lack of effort, right? Because he's one guy that, I mean, he loves to work.
Cruz apologizing to Brian O'Nora.
He's smart. Get some brownie points.
Especially since O'Nora is going to be behind the plate tomorrow. Alvarez getting loose.
And the crew chief and getaway day and all those things. There's been many a times where that crew chief goes, boy, it's going to be a quick one. You better be swinging. It's getaway day. We got a plane to catch.
3 pitches and Cruz down swinging. Seager stranded at first base. We are through 5.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Safeco Field. Angie Mentink with you, and we've got some sad news to pass on to you. Bill Harper, who was a scout for the Philadelphia Phillies and a longtime Corvallis resident, passed away at the age of 89. And he passed away on September the 10th. He both coached and played baseball and basketball at Oregon State, appeared in the 1949 Final Four. He signed names like Ryan Sandberg, the Hall of Famer, Larry Christensen, Kevin Stocker, Adam Eaton. He's survived by his wife, Ann Harper, of 66 years, and they actually celebrated that anniversary September 3rd, just days before his passing. He's got daughters Barb and Kim that go on. Children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Guys, you go on with the lives you touch, and Bill Harper touched many.
Oh, thank you, Ange. What a life for Bill Harper, and our condolences. That's sad to hear. First pitch, strike to Trout. You think about Trout's numbers against Felix. He's nearly a .345 career hitter. And the only reason you can really make reason of that is that Felix keeps the ball so low all the time, and Trout is such a good low ball hitter. Miller chasing after it, running out of room, and a home run for Trout.
Way to go, Aaron. Right on cue, buddy.
Thank you, Bone.
And that was a high fastball, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that.
It all makes sense, doesn't it?
Way to do your homework. Well, that wasn't really too high.
No, it was about bell time.
It was almost creased, actually.
And you could see Sucre where his glove started wanting it up in the zone, and he had to lower his glove to where the ball was going to be.
And I wonder, as a hitter, I mean, I don't know about you, Mike, but I remember when a catcher would sit up a little bit early like that, you could feel him back there. Now, a lot of times catchers will bait you and do that, and all of a sudden, be a low fastball. But at the same time, too.
Well, sometimes you see that, and that's what the catcher wants, and the pitcher misses his spot by throwing the low fastball by accident, and it gets you.
Yep. Just like when you're relaying location from second base, and it's supposed to be away, and you're looking away, and it's inside, and you walk back going, why did I Why not listen to my run out at 7?
No, you would walk back to the dugout and look at me and say, he just missed his spot right there. What?
That's part of improvising. That's the great game within the game, buddy. Or do whatever you can to get the upper edge. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. It's the gamble.
One out, nobody on for Crone.
I know the other thing too, Jay, in the older ballparks, it's not that case anymore because the lights are so good now, but you have those shadows around home plate too, and you could feel them or see that shadow that would creep out over home plate.
Yes,
you could see them move in and out.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're on the on deck circle, you can see shadows, fingers coming down, so you could relay from on deck circle. Get first name, last name, whatever it may be, whatever your signs were. You know, usually it's come on, Mike, it'd be fastball. Come on, Blow, it'd be an off-speed pitch or whatever it is. So, I mean, you're right. The LED lights now obviously changes all that.
Yeah,
but
they're great. You can't see it anymore.
2-2.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, I guess. But we don't call it cheating. We call it improvising again.
Getting an edge.
Whatever it takes.
Improvising.
To me, if the catcher's moving that early, that's his fault.
But you're right. Now, guys, they do so much homework. There's so much within the game now that catchers do all sorts of stuff to try to get you to think. They'll move in early and then swing out late, vice versa, and try to get you to think that way and get you guessing.
Well, and the guys say that they have an advantage in that they have so much information now.
Yeah.
There's so much information.
Almost too much.
Almost too much. But if you do your homework and you watch your film, you can have a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Like infielders, for instance, moving at a certain time, sometimes they'll give away where, if anything, location, and that's part of the deal. Even if you can get location at this level, it takes away part of that plate, makes it a little bit easier to hit.
Well, especially if the location is going to be inside, you know it's going to be a fastball. You have to play a little more honest if it's away, but if it's inside, it's going to be a heater.
Plus, guys watch video to see if pitchers are tipping pitches and what they're doing with their grip or where their wrist is from their glove.
One out for Ibar. There goes Crone, hit and run on. You know, Bone, when you talk about video in the game today, most of us think about video before the game starts, but how many times do we see a hitter make it out and then immediately disappear down the steps and off into the video room to take a look at that sequence of pitches they just saw?
And that's what when Mike was talking about when I said sometimes it's almost too much information. You know, as a hitter, if the pitch was a strike or not. Now, sometimes guys want to go down and just see where it was, just reassure themselves that it was off the plate or not a strike or whatever. But when you're going down there after every AB, it's a little overkill to me.
Hit and run again. Fair ball. They'll get one out at first base.
But yeah, all they have to do is go down, 5 steps right there, and right underneath the dugout, there's a video room, and there's about 10 TVs in there, and they can go in, they have access to whatever they want, and they can hit replay and go right back to their sequence of pitches, the first AB, second AB, whatever they want to do. Sometimes they'll go back in there and they'll just want to see where release point on a pitcher, where his arm angle is, where the ball's coming from. I'm having a hard time seeing this guy. I got to figure something out because my first 2 ABs, I just don't feel comfortable up there. How can I get an edge? What am I going to do? All right, I'm trying to see off his ear. Okay, there's where his hand's coming out. Okay, maybe that'll help me a little bit. Give me something to go off of.
Well, I think sometimes, too, you feel that you have a good idea, and maybe it's a count where you're pretty sure you're going to get a fastball, and maybe they want to throw that fastball away, and they paint it inside. I'm going to go in and look where the catcher set up.
Exactly.
Did he set up
was
away?
That a mistake?
Yeah, okay, I had it right. He just missed his spot, and he was able to get me on it. But at least my thinking my thinking process was right on it.
That's the part of the make a mountain, the molehill and the whole deal is where you can overthink. You at least want to go in and reassure yourself, because if you have a game plan, from the time you leave the on-deck circle to home plate, you want to buy in the whole AB, and you just want to make sure that you're right on cue. I agree.
Two outs, a man in scoring position for the Angels. That's Crone, who walked to get aboard. Freese was hit by the pitch in his first time up, and he was barely hit. It scraped his uniform top.
So now if you're Freese, I'm diving even more.
Benches were worn, which was the odd thing about it all.
Mike, he's been warned he can't pitch me inside, so I'm just going to take away that part of the play.
Two and two. And then if you're Felix in this case, if you stray away from your original game plan, then you start to leave the ball out, and then you start to get whacked a little bit more. And that's the cards you've been dealt, though. You have to, as you were saying, Bones, stick with what your game plan was.
Yeah, you can throw a backup slider inside. Oops, it slipped. Just saying.
2 and 2. Close, but a ball, full count. Kings Court very disappointed.
Felix is getting a little upset. He wants a little something. Give me some love somewhere.
That might have been a little bit off the plate, but there's been a number of pitches in this game that he hasn't been able to get the call on that were good pitches.
And with this hitter up there, there's even more behind it, as we know.
Here comes a 3-2. There it is. Strike 3 call. He rings him up.
I love it.
Gets him with the curve.
Take that. Oh, baby.
Headed to the bottom of the 6th here at Safeco Field. It's Twitter Tuesday, and if you ever wondered when we asked these questions, how did you come up with this? Well, the answer to that is Aaron Goldsmith. The question was, Nelson Cruz and Goose Gossage are the only Mariners in which 8-member club of baseball history, and this is for a chance to win a Nelson Cruz bobblehead. So, Aaron, you asked a question, and then that basically led us to this question, right? So give us the answer.
Yeah, no, you're right. You just have to know friends in high places, and in our case, it's John Jacobson in the truck that looked into this one. These are the only 2 Mariners in franchise history to make 3 different All-Star teams with 3 different teams in 3 consecutive years. So Cruz with Texas, Baltimore, and of course this year with Seattle. Goose, you can see the White Sox, the Pirates, and the Yankees. So 3 seasons in a row, 3 different teams in each year making the All-Star team. Pretty impressive.
Makes you scratch your head and wonder why they not bring the guy back.
Why is he moving around
nice
so much?
evaluation.
But
very
Cruz,
nicely done. Yeah, that's kind of a tongue twister right there, and you spit right through it.
You just have to wonder a little bit. So Soriano, you can see the last to do it in Major League history, 05 to 07. So Cruz was in some pretty rare company there.
That's going to change with Cruz because he's not going anywhere. Knock on wood, right?
That's right.
The Goose, what a teammate. I had the pleasure of playing with him with the Yankees and over here, and man, you're talking about an intimidator. Well, it makes me wonder what would have happened if he'd have got warned out there on a little pitch right there. He'd been like, well, no, if I was trying to hit him, trust me.
It would have been more than the sleeve.
Oh, absolutely. And he'd let you know about it, too.
Jose Alvarez taking over on the mound for the Angels.
Cut off by Freeze. So a nice start for Alvarez.
And for Alvarez, 53 appearances on the year, 4-3 record, 3.79 ERA. 52 strikeouts and 59 in the third. Opponents hitting .235. He's given up 5 home runs.
Getting some work, isn't he?
Yes.
Earning his money.
That most left-handers do, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Especially right now, Mikey. He's been going to his bullpen a lot.
Fernando Salas warming up.
One of the reasons why Lloyd has been trying to take it easy on Carson Smith. Carson with 63 appearances on the year.
Wow. Another young kid, too, with a lot of innings on his arm.
Ground ball this time on the right side of the infield for round number 2. Well, kids, next time you're here at Safeco Field, take a trip to the Seattle Children's Play Field. In addition to a play area, you can find the kids' clubhouse with Mariners apparel and gifts tailored to youngsters, as well as Moose's Munchies, serving special kid-friendly menu items. You know, Bo, this really has led to a point which has been a topic of conversation, and it seems like it is probably this time every year, and that is expanded rosters, expanded bullpens, gallery seating in the bullpens, because there's just not enough room for all the relievers. And how
Colorado
much
just had 14 relievers in that series that the Mariners just played against them. They had 14 guys out in the pen.
Really?
Yeah. Walt Weiss had them up by the third inning.
I mean, you're obviously going to get a chance to pitch and get a chance to see what you got, and you got to start looking forward to see going into spring training what kind of moves you're going to make. And I wonder how many of those rookies, they're breaking out extra pink backpacks too for a lot of those kids going down there.
But it has to make it awfully tough for a manager when you know that the other team has, well, now they might have 4 situational lefties in the bullpen. Not a lot of extra room out there for most teams.
I wonder if there's a limit on that too, and how many you can bring up at the end of the day. You pretty much fire sell it, huh?
Up to 40.
Could you imagine?
Well, we've seen teams pushing like 36.
36 a couple of times.
It'd be spring training.
Yeah.
Well, the real humor is, well, not so much for the clubhouse managers and clubhouse attendants, but you have to bring in auxiliary lockers in the clubhouses to.
And an extra bus. Guys are tripling up on the airplane, all the rookies in one row. Love to see some of the get-ups on September, some of the getaway days.
Alvarez out of the bullpen, and a very quick 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Jack in the Box. If the Mariners win, mention Mariners for a free Jumbo Jack with purchase tomorrow at Jack in the Box.
You do that on the way home after a win?
How can you not, right?
Go by your
take advantage
famous
of that.
French restaurant, Jacques in the Box.
Well, it's the next day, so that's the minor caveat. Felix back on to work the 7th.
Done a good job of limiting the damage after that strange third inning.
3 runs coming home on the homer from Murphy in the 3rd. This is clock to the gap. Miller chasing after it. Can't get there. Perez having himself a night.
3 for 3 with a couple of doubles and scored a run.
Showing a good arm. Pop throwing down first base.
Leadoff double. Well, keep your eye on the bus. Follow us from a safe distance on Twitter at Sound Transit. Bone, we were talking about the consistency for Felix, and tonight only 4 strikeouts so far, and if his rotation schedule stays on pace, in order for him to get another 200 season, he would have to average just over 6 strikeouts a night. A start. Quick throw, and Perez is safe.
And Lloyd's going to come out and say that there's interference involved.
Absolutely.
He stepped right over the plate and he was bunting. Sometimes they'll give you a break on a swing if you lose your balance and you follow through, but he's trying to bunt. And he ends up walking right in front of the plate, and Sucre had a real opportunity to get the runner Perez at second right there.
That's interference all the way. He had to step away to get a throwing lane right there. This kid's in the doghouse already, isn't he?
Probably what Sucre should have done is you saw him double pump because he was waiting for him to get out of the way, go through on the first time and make contact, and he probably gets the call.
But the problem is if you do that,
and the ball ends up somewhere,
or you end up getting hurt making a throw. That's wrong right there. That is.
He's got a
beef right there for sure.
Trying to bunt again.
I'm sorry, this poor kid.
Perez having a good night has been a nightmare for Feathers.
It's a very good way to put it, Mike.
This is a baseball nightmare for him right now. Hey, and guess what? Get it down.
Well, he already has a strikeout trying to bunt, so we'll see what Mike Scioscia wants to do right here.
Mike doesn't find it amusing, but I do.
Swinging away. Featherston continuing to look for instructions.
He's looking at Gary going, please don't give me the bunt. Whatever you do. Give it to me again.
Felix waiting.
Oh, he wants to be invisible right now.
Felix a pitch away from strikeout number 5 tonight. And the Kings 0-2. Here comes Seager on the grass. Featherston out number 1. Well, Mariners Fan Appreciation Fireworks Night is all set for October 2nd as the Mariners take on the Oakland A's. There will be prize giveaways all night long, like Holland America cruises, a trip to spring training, and authentic autographed player jerseys, plus a spectacular post-game fireworks show thanks to Seattle City Light. Visit Mariners.com for tickets. One out, Perez at second following the double, and here is Murphy back at the top of the order. we're talking about the strikeouts with Felix. If he can reach another 200 season, which is not necessarily a sure thing, and not because of the innings, but because of the strikeouts, he would join a very elite list of pitchers in Major League history. When you think about those who have done it 7 straight years. Felix has done it 6 straight years, so if he can do it here in 2015, it would be 7 seasons in a row. The only 3 in Major League history: Tom Seaver, 9 straight 200 seasons, and then Clemens and Walter Johnson with 7 straight apiece. That's your list. It's awfully short.
Not Nolan Ryan, huh?
No. That's the amazing thing about Nolan when you look at his kind of year by years. The man who has struck out more than any in baseball. The strikeout numbers kind of fluctuated a little bit. He had some monster seasons. He had some that were much more modest.
He had some years where he was over 300.
Yeah.
Well over 300.
Just some incredible seasons.
And Unit, I thought Unit would be in there maybe too. The big Unit.
And see, that's really the caveat, is they appeal on the swing and it goes around. The consecutive seasons, because both those guys would have 4 in a row, 5 in a row, then maybe 180, 190, and then another 3 or 4 years in a row. Felix trying to keep Perez at second base, 2-2 to Murphy. And another strikeout. Felix gets his 5th.
It's like the curveball this time, and it is 12-6 curveball. That's been a great pitch for him this year.
It's like it took a little off too. It almost never got to the plate.
Two outs for Calhoun. I know, Bone, Mike and I were talking when you were on the radio broadcast the first couple of innings about how Felix has evolved and continued to evolve, and is not even 30 years old. I'm really looking forward to the screwball that he throws when he's 41. That's going to be a great pitch.
Yeah, and the hidden thumbtack and the sandpaper.
Knuckleball.
I want to put anything past him.
Bucket of steam.
Perez has to stay put. Calhoun hitless, a strikeout, back in the 3rd. A good stop there by Sucre. He's a little roughed up.
2 in a row.
Felix approaching 100 pitches with 2 outs here at the top of the 7th. The chance for Felix trying to finish the Angels off here in the top of the 7th. Cano doesn't even have to move. That'll be it for the Halos, as Perez, a leadoff double, left stranded at second base. We go to the bottom of the 7th, time to stretch. It'll be Franklin Gutierrez, Brad Miller, and Jesus Sucre. Bottom 3rd of the order coming up. You're stretching your body. How about stretching your mind as you consider how Washington's lottery win would change your bucket list? Play today. Glad you could join us tonight for Mariners baseball on Root Sports. Aaron Goldsmith, Mike Flowers, the Bone, our entire Root Sports crew. A cool but pleasant night here from Safeco Field. And Felix, you'd have to imagine, probably done for the night. Shirt is untucked. That is normally the key indicator.
It's a grind, huh? Grind for Felix tonight. But
it was.
Limited the damage. And got through that third inning.
It's strange as you take a look at Colin Cowgill, who takes over for Murphy in left field. You think about the numbers for Felix this year against the Angels. He was 3-0 in 4 starts. He had allowed 2 earned runs over 27 innings, and he gave up 3 runs on a 1 swing from Murphy. As Fernando Salas, the new pitcher, up on the mound, the former Cardinal, now in his 2nd year with the Angels, takes over for Jose Alvarez, who worked a clean 6th inning.
That's why it's such a mental grind, Aaron, at this level, man. The second you give in just a little bit, sneak up on you in a hurry.
Goody has reached twice, an RBI single back in the 4th. And that was one of the most unique RBI singles we will see all year.
I agree. That's living right, isn't it? Thank you.
Zick warming up. It was a very subtle wave in from Rich Donnelly, coaching at third base. The Mariners were really able to just steal a run with that, thanks to Donnelly.
Mike Scioscia and his coaching staff are definitely going to put that in the little book. So that doesn't sneak up on them again, especially when they play the Mariners.
And like you were saying earlier, that's something that you've seen Ron Washington do at third base for the A's.
Yeah, and in fact, he did it against the Mariners. A similar type of play, and I had a chance to talk to Ron, and Ron said the same thing that Jay was talking about. He said, in that situation, I don't want to alert anybody with the big windmill wave home, and I don't want to say anything, because at that point, he's hoping, as Jay said, that the shortstop Ibar, who had it back to the plate,
clobbered left, and forget about this one. Absolutely crushed. Franklin Gutierrez has had a complete power surge since coming up to Seattle this year.
I mean, another bomb. Hunting that fastball, isn't he?
Woo. Middle in.
Real short stride.
Stayed behind it.
Pretty swing right there, short and quick.
And we saw 10 home runs in his last 23 games.
And it's not just the home runs. He's reached base 3 times tonight. The walk, the single, another long ball.
I guess he's seeing the ball good. What do you think?
309 batting average is going up.
I don't see him going down to Rick Griffin, the head trainer, and getting eye drops.
And Bone, this is somebody that in spring training this year, when we saw Goody sign the minor league deal to come back with the Mariners after a year off, you really had no idea what to expect from Franklin Gutierrez in 2015.
That's impressive. To sit a year out and be able to come back and do what he's done. Plus his numbers, like you said, Aaron, in AAA were pretty impressive too.
They really were.
That's the reason why he got called up.
1 out for Sucre.
I think if they can continue to manage his health, he'll be one of the 25 next year. That's for sure.
Be interesting to see what they're going to do.
They got a pinch hitter. Logan Morrison will hit for Sucre. And with 3 catchers on the roster for the Mariners, makes it a little bit easier to pinch hit for your catcher here, especially with 1 out and bringing the tying run up in Lomo, facing a right-hander.
Michael, it'd be funny. You were talking about Wash over in Oakland. I wonder if there was a reason why they brought him back.
Well, one, Simeon, the shortstop, is having a lot of trouble.
No doubt there. But
and Wash was the infield coach. They brought him back for that. But also, shortly after that, they made him the third base coach.
I wonder if they're going to let Bowmel possibly go at the end of the year and make Wash the head manager next year. I'm curious.
All 16 of Lomo's homers coming off of righties. So bring out Perez. Felix working 7 innings tonight. All 4 runs for the Angels coming on a couple of homers. A 3-run shot from Murphy, the solo blast from Trout.
Right now, he would like to see a couple of runs put on the board.
Believe it. Or at least one more right here.
I think he has his eye on 20 wins, so he'd like to get a little bit of offensive help from the guys.
My goodness.
Fastball to make it 1-2.
Threaded fastball down the middle.
Lomo has not pinch hit a whole lot this year, but his one hit as a pinch hitter was a homer.
Booted.
Back to Featherston. Out number 2. I'll take home a truly unique souvenir from your next visit to Safeco Field. When you stop by the Game Used and Autograph store located on the main concourse, check out authentic Game Used bats, baseballs, jerseys, and a whole lot more. 2 outs following Goody's homer out to left center, and it's back to the top of the order. It brings in Ketel Marte. Tropiano got the start, 2 runs, 4 hits over 5 innings. Alvarez a scoreless 6th. And now Mike Scioscia has got a Salas to work things in the 7th. And some more activity in the bullpen. Leslie Wright and Trevor Gott warming up.
Might be the reason why Perez went out and talked to him a little bit. Let those guys get loosened up a little bit in case Marte gets on.
Breaks his bat, and it's back to Featherston. Everything his direction on the ground here in the bottom of the 7th. Goody the home run. Mariners within 1. Getting set to lead things off in the top of the 8th for the Angels. As we take a look now at the Big Fish Casino. Big catch last time up for Mike Trout in the 6th inning. Off of Felix. Boy, this turns out to be a big run. Otherwise, this game would be tied. Miller going after it. And what a catch there. Trout has preserved a lead for the Angels. Felix done for the night, and we can see his final line here.
7 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, a couple of walks, 5 strikeouts through 96 pitches. 65 of those for strikes, gave up a couple of home runs. And Tony Zych will take over. 5 appearances for Tony, 6 2/3, 9 strikeouts, a couple of walks. Tony sitting 240 against him.
Zych made his major league debut earlier this month against the A's. And work with the new catcher. It is John Hicks behind home, taking over for Sucre. Lomo pinch hit for Sucre. And a first pitch strike to Trout. And Zych bringing the heat there, 97. Miller doesn't have to move a whole lot. And the Mariners center fielder there for out number 1. We take a look at our CenturyLink What's Next. Tomorrow the series comes to a close as Iwakuma, boys pitched well lately, last 8 starts. Mariners are 6-2. Coming off a no decision against the Rockies. Weaver now in his 10th year. His ERA you see there at nearly 4 3/4 at an all-time high, but he is coming off back-to-back quality starts. Just a couple of tough teams, the Rangers and the Astros. Pujols 0 for 3. And hitless last night, was pinch hit late in the 9th inning. Once that game last night really got out of hand in the Mariners' favor. And Zych ahead 0-2. Ramirez warming up in the bullpen for the Mariners. Fooled the timing of that time for Pujols. Count stays put. Shoemaker threw a simulated game today here at Safeco Field before batting practice. Dealing with a forearm injury. Weak tapper back to Zych. Out number 2. Brings in C.J. Cron.
Just looks like it hurts watching Albert, huh? Poor guy can't keep his wheels.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier
because he was locked in for a while to that.
It's so difficult to hit.
No foundation.
Right.
Oh man. 2 years in a row. Just when he thinks he's feeling good, you can tell he's locked in, squishy at the plate, and then have that jump up on you again.
Right back to Zych again. Pretty quick work with the Angels here in the top of the 8th from Tony Zych. Side sat down in order. The Mariners down to their final 6 outs. It'll start off with Kyle Seager. Nelson Cruz already gone deep once tonight, and then Robinson Cano. A strong fan photo of the game. Alex sporting the old school trident. Thanks for tuning our way, Alex, as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the right guys do up for the Mariners: Seager, Cruz, and Cano. And they will face a new pitcher for the Angels. So it's Mike Scioscia going to the bullpen again. Tropiano with 5 innings in the start. Alvarez and Salas an inning apiece. And now it is Trevor Gott, the right-hander, up on the mound.
Trevor has a good arm. He will throw hard tonight. Mariners have already seen him. Hopefully Kyle can get a fastball that he can handle. 37 appearances, a 2.95 ERA. 36 2/3. Opponent's hitting .235. Has given up 1 home run.
Got a rookie out of Lexington, Kentucky. Pitched at the University of Kentucky. Made his major league debut in the middle of June this year.
Good baseball program, UK now.
James Paxton, a proud product.
Yeah.
Also Colin Cowgill now in left field for the Angels. Those two were teammates there.
Louisville's another one. Good program. Known for basketball, but now their baseball program's come a long way.
You said that correctly too. Louisville.
I was born and grew up in Louisville.
Then you would know.
You gotched it.
Oh, 2 on Seager. And then Seager having a conversation with Adam Porter.
Yeah, I thought that pitch was down at 98 miles an hour.
I'm not swinging at that either.
No.
That's just kenneling.
.98 again, but it misses.
98 slinger.
That arm action?
Yeah, you do it. Good luck. It's like a super sinker, isn't it? Oof.
Just barely gets a piece, and Seager out number 1. Boy, a lot of heat from Gott.
And well located too with some movement. Jay was talking about it sinking. This is going to be on the outside corner.
He's throwing a heavy 2-seamer, and then he turns around and goes 4-seam on you.
One out for Cruz. One swing would tie this one up. We hear that a lot of times from really good sinker ballers, that it's heavy, a heavy sinker. Is that simply referring to the velocity, or is there something else to it as well?
It's that late movement.
I think it's the late downward movement. You can't get him in the air. You see a lot of ground balls like that.
Try to square it up, and it just filled into your elbows. It's like you're hitting a weighted ball.
Yeah.
The bowling ball effect.
The bowling ball effect. You can see the movement on that fastball running in on him.
Runs right in. You throw the knuckles, and you're running down first base, going ouch.
2 quick outs, and here is Cano. Now Franklin Gutierrez has brought the Mariners within a run with leadoff homer in the 7th.
He does have a good arm.
Gott was originally drafted by the Padres and then came over to the Angels in the same deal that brought Houston Street to Anaheim. Street now leading the American League in saves with 35. And then if this score stays put as we go to the bottom of the 9th, eventually we will see Street on to work the 9th for the Angels. Cruz tonight, the home run in the first. Number 42 on the year, now tied for the major league lead with Chris Davis.
Difference of 2 ballparks, though, huh? Well, Baltimore's a hitter's paradise, man, especially this time of year.
And there's no doubt. Goody the home run. So 2 solo shots tonight for the Mariners. Goody has driven in 2 of the 3 runs in total and the RBI single in the 4th. Cano, a 2-out walk. Mariners put the tying run at first. And the go-ahead run coming up and Seth Smith.
Yeah, I thought maybe we would see James Jones. He's going to come out and pinch run for Cano.
That'll be it for Robinson. Jones at first.
He came into the game last night, and I think they threw over there about a dozen times.
And needed to add that to the pitch count.
Still scored from first.
He scores even if Trout cut that ball off.
Stealing bases, 29 attempts, 28 steals in his career.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Gets a healthy lead over there too.
He knows what he's doing. That's just not speed if you're going to steal at that clip.
No, I agree with that percentage. To be successful like that, you got to have an idea. Plus, he picks them up and puts them down too.
Yes, he does.
Strike 1. Low outside corner at 95.
Sorry, Aaron. Outfielder's playing no double, so ball in the gap right here. We'll definitely see Jones score. See how far the outfielders are playing.
Easy play for Crone. And that'll be it for the Mariners in the bottom of the 8th inning. We are off to the 9th. Angels still holding to a 1-run lead.
Welcome back. We're headed to the 9th. Coming up on Mariners Postgame, presented by Delta Airlines. We've got reaction from the clubhouse. We'll hear from the skipper as well. More on Felix's night. Get you set for tomorrow, and we'll let you know what's going on at the top of the division. It's all coming up on Mariners Postgame, presented by Delta, guys.
All right, thank you, Ange. Ibar jumping on the first pitch, fouls it away. Some changes for the Mariners. Jones, who pinch ran for Cano's in center field. That moves Brad Miller to second base. Hicks catching his second inning, taking over for Sucre.
It's good to see Danny up on the bench with some of the young pups, huh? Kind of keeping an eye on Barron and Hicks. And
he enjoyed his time in uniform.
Yeah. Gave him a little hard time, staph infection.
at this. He's still using his old gamer, his final gamer he has with him.
I'm telling you, once you get one of those puppies broken, especially a catcher's mitt, I mean, it can stay. Those guys will restring it, they'll re-sew it, they'll patch it, they'll do whatever it takes.
Good, he tracks it down. Now number 1.
And once you break in a gamer, I mean, as long as you take care of it and you just use it for the game and that's it, not to warm up, not during an infield, any of that stuff. I used my last outfield gamer for 3 years. I mean, it just becomes a part of you. You don't want to give it up.
Interesting that Houston Street isn't getting loose in the pen.
How about that?
Joe Smith, the veteran right-hander.
I wonder if Sunday had something to do with that.
That was a meltdown for the Angels. Astros scoring 5 runs off of Street with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Strike 1 to Freeze. Comes inside.
Wait a minute, they're not supposed to pitch me inside.
And there you can see Houston Street staying warm, not loosening up. Street leading the American League in saves with 35.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It really is. Another foul ball. Mariners getting Zick from the Cubs in early April, the 2nd day of April this year. You can see a very live arm, that's for sure. Over Trumbo and into right field. One out base hit for Freeze. That brings in the catcher Carlos Perez, who is 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, an infield single and a run scored. Pinch runner at first base. Looks like that is Coward. Carlos Perez from the same hometown as Felix, both from Valencia, Venezuela, and this year made his major league debut in Anaheim against the Mariners, and in his big league debut ended up hitting a walk-off home run to win it for the Angels. And he said that about 30 to 40 members of his family were huddled around a laptop in the wee hours of the morning in Valencia, Venezuela, watching the game online.
He's had a good night tonight.
Keeping an eye on Caleb Coward, pinch running for Freeze. Good pitch at 96. One out, one on. Angels by a run. Top of the 9th. There goes Coward, swing and a miss. Down to second. Tag. He got him.
Nice pick.
Well, Coward pretty emphatically saying to Mike Scioscia to take a look at this. And Scioscia is on the dugout steps. We'll take a look. And throw there, plenty of time.
He's out.
No offense, the ball beats you about 5 feet. Let's go. I mean, this whole.
With the replay?
Yeah, on some of them. Come on. Get off the field.
The 1-2. Full count. Now John Hicks put together a very impressive minor league resume in terms of throwing out base runners. He threw out nearly 45% of base runners in the minor leagues.
Wow, that is impressive.
Very. Spent a lot of time with Dan Wilson in recent years.
Dan the man. Pretty good.
Iwakuma going tomorrow for the Mariners. And be opposed by Jared Weaver. Mariners will have a chance in the bottom of the 9th in this one. Cuts right through it, and Perez makes it out for the first time tonight. Mariners down to their final 3 outs. And they will not face Houston Street. Joe Smith instead. Mariners down by a run. And we'll start off with Mark Trumbo here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And we were saying just a few moments ago, kind of surprising to see Smith up on the mound instead of Houston Street, the man who leads the league in saves, but 15 saves a season to go for Smith.
Well, he's been their setup guy all year. He's pitched in the 8th inning. So far, 65 appearances. He can pitch every day. 3.69 ERA, 61 innings. He has 50 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 260. He's given up 3 home runs. Submarine style, does not throw hard. Sinking fastball with a slider.
It'll be Trumbo to begin things in the bottom of the 9th. Mariners need a run to tie, 2 to win it. And there is Houston Street, a spectator here in the 9th inning, something he's not used to. Navarro now at first base for the Angels. So Mike Scioscia trusting his 8th inning man here in the bottom of the 9th with a 1-run lead. Close pitch there, ball one. How tough is that delivery on a right-hander, Bone?
It's hard to keep that hip in there. Sometimes you got to try to close up that front foot a little bit just to force yourself to stay in there. Because see that thing's coming right at you, and then it's almost like it changes lanes. So your first move is you want to leak with that front side. It's only natural.
That's it for Trumbo.
Puts him away with a couple of sliders. Elevated the last slider. It was on the outside corner.
Stay hot, Goody.
Gutierrez brought the Mariners within a run with a shot out to left center in the 7th.
I bet he's sitting slider. Sit on it and bang it. Hot like that, I'm kind of scratching and wondering if he was, you know.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so either.
I think maybe it was more what you were talking about when he was walking to the plate, sitting on that slider.
Yeah, and then he goes and gets that call right there.
Right.
Completely changes the AB now. Because now he can keep doing that, moving out, moving out. Can't figure out the strike zone anymore. Sometimes it seems like they give the fastball below the knee, but the off-speed pitch they're not giving. And then the next time they do give it to him, it's like,
2 outs.
Yeah, I think he was sitting on that, Mikey.
Well, it didn't have much break to it.
Yeah, from that swing, it just kind of backed up. I agree.
Last hope for the Mariners tonight, Brad Miller. The big swing in this game now is the Trout home run off of Felix in the 6th inning.
The low ball hitter Trout, right?
That's what they say, Bone. Look at the scouting report.
I got you, bud. Boy, he's doing that well. He's got that down. You know, it's funny too, because I read an article the other day about Trout, is how he, doesn't like to swing at the first pitch, but now he's starting to more and more swing at the first pitch. It's like everything the guy does, he can't even have a scout report anymore without somebody letting the cat out of the bag. Poor guy goes to the plate with an approach, and they're always seem to be on his approach. Break out the motor stick, huh?
Miller 0 for 3 tonight. Trying to keep this game alive for the Mariners. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning, down by a run. And now ahead of the count. Two and two. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Up the middle, off the mound, the Mariners alive. Tying run at first.
And Sean O'Malley is going to pitch it for Hicks.
Oh, how about that? Come back to your old ball club and you make them walk off the field like what happened to him on Sunday. Oh, just stick a dagger in them.
Now, we remind you
how good would that be?
Of the wild card standings. Entering tonight, the Angels 4 games outside of the second wild card spot, trailing the Twins. Houston Street blowing the save on Sunday. They were an out away from a sweep of the Astros. Mariners winning last night 10-1.
Astros lost again.
Rangers have taken the first 2 games of that 4-game series. Strike 1 to O'Malley. Everybody looking on here. 2 outs. Miller the tying run at first. Close pitch to make it 1-2. And now O'Malley back to the corner. O'Malley just over 10 games last year in September with the Angels, now facing Anaheim. Marte would be next. Miller at first is single with 2 outs.
Ooh. Oh, baby.
That's pretty good. Going to be close to the outside corner. Didn't want to take a chance and spoiled it. Take a look at slider.
Oops. Butt out. I like it though.
Yeah, hit it right out of the catcher's glove.
That is it. O'Malley down swinging. Tying run stranded at first base. The Angels win it. Smith gets the save while Houston Street has a jacket on in the bullpen, and that sets up the rubber game tomorrow. Iwakuma versus Weaver.
Guess Mike knew something we didn't, huh?
Mariners post game presented by Delta Airlines starts right now with Brad and Jason. Guys,
Aaron, Jay, Mike, thank you very much. Yeah, the Angels get this one 4-3. No doubt having nightmares about Sunday's game as the Astros came back. Houston Street, their closer, over 30 saves, not used tonight. Smith goes, strikes out the side in the 9th inning, gives up the 1 hit, but gets the pinch hitter O'Malley swinging to end this game. Guys talked about it up in the booth. How about you? Somewhat surprised they didn't call him?